Howdy brewers. These are my two stouts. So I poured this one. These are my two stouts. Same recipe, same hops and everything, because then I split the batch in half. One I used London Ale 3 and the other I used S04. So it was a surprising result actually. Final gravities between the two. So this is the London Ale 3 and its final gravity, despite it being an older yeast, so both of these started at 1046 was their starting gravity, and this got down to 1005. So I mashed at 69, 70 degrees and it still got down to 1005. Whereas the S04 went closer to what I was aiming for, and that was at 1013. So it's an 8 gravity point difference between the two beers that are exactly the same apart from the yeast used. And I used even the same type of fermenter, and they sat in the same fridge at 20 degrees Celsius. So I really don't know. Obviously the London Ale 3 attenuates more, and I thought they were meant to attenuate roughly the same. So this one's sitting at about 5% ABV and this one 4.3 or something like that. So it's markedly different. Anyway, I poured the S04 first, so I will sample this one. So it's nice, and I didn't bitter these too much. I think I got them to about 20 IBUs, and that's mainly because you've got all those roasted malts in there, and that'll add a perceived bitterness anyway. So 20 IBUs is plenty, I find. And I really wanted the malts to shine because I was mashing so high. It is mainly coffee and burnt toast in this, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can smell. And London Ale 3. And sorry, I do get a lot of malt sweetness from the S04 as well. Now this one it smells predominantly of burnt toast. I'm not getting much other malt out of it. When I stir it a little bit, I get a tiny hint of dark chocolate. Let me give it a taste. S04. Might still be a little bit cold, but I get a nice balance. It's not too sweet, and it's not too bitter. It's a round. It's a full palate, which is I wanted a full body, and it certainly gives that impression. It's very filling on the tongue, and it's got a nice sweetness to it. Yeah, it's certainly not. It's not like a. It's certainly not a dry stout. So let's try the London Ale 3. It's a lot thinner in the body, which you'd expect with such a low gravity finish. And there's again, it might be too cold. It's clean, very clean, but there's just not a lot going on there. It's quite bland. Of course, at 5%, it'll still get you inebriated, but yeah, there's just not a lot going on there. That so you would consider this one. It's probably close-ish to Guinness. Yeah, compared to the S04, now those toasted oats are starting to come through now that it warms a bit. So, but it's the S04 is just so much more what you want out of a full-bodied stout. Yeah, this is very non-offensive, but again, not very flavourful either. Sort of like coffee club coffee. The colour, I use a colour like grey to describe a beer like this. It doesn't wow you, there's nothing memorable about it apart from how bland it is. But yeah, so I'm glad I made the choice to use the S04 on my British Golden Ale. It's fermenting right now, and you'll see the video for that next, or coming up soon. And yeah, if out of the two, if you want a really low finishing gravity beer, London Ale 3, and if you want a more of a more rounded profile in your beer, go S04. Happy brewing.